Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed. In this episode, I want to talk about service of process. This is when courts issue papers that are delivered to you, and I'm talking about as a person, not for a company or something else, but you as a person. And there are three main reasons that this happens. The first one is to start a court case. The court cannot make a ruling over any person or thing, situation, or property unless it first has jurisdiction, meaning it has authority over that person or thing. And service of process is the means by which the court gets jurisdiction over you. Those papers are served according to the state or federal law that's going to apply, depending upon where the case is filed, and how those are then delivered to you. If they are delivered to you improperly, or they are delivered not to you but to someone else properly or improperly, all of that matters in what happens next. Because if that was defective, then the court never had jurisdiction, and anything else that went from that point isn't any good. Now, there are different situations and considerations to make on, do you fight that now? Do you fight that later? And there are other considerations, but that is the main reason that there is service of process, to start a court case. The next one, number two, is to take a deposition or other testimony from you as a witness or other person who might have information, again, involving an investigation, a governmental investigation, or a court action. And here you need to, in addition to whether or not the papers get to you or someone on your behalf, properly or improperly, there is a distance requirement that you want to look at. Where is the court and where are you? And what are the rules as to how far that court can reach? And this is, you're not being sued, but you are being asked to show up somewhere. And usually when they're asking for deposition testimony and you live where the court action is being held, they can tell you where to go or where to show up for that testimony. If you are outside of the boundaries of that court, they may be able to still go to where you are and get you papers from a court around your area, but now they have to come to you. Then the third reason that they may be serving you is to order you to come to the court. Now, this may be in order to bring documents that you have that belong to someone else, or money that you have that belongs to someone else. You're not otherwise involved in what's going on. To bring other testimony or information and testify live in court, either to a judge or to a jury. And this type of service, to have you show up in court, is typically under a subpoena. So we have a subpoena to show up in court. You could have a subpoena to show up for deposition testimony outside of court, and then service of process, which is a summons to start a court action. Okay? So those are the main reasons that there is service of process. So you want to consider, can they get an enforceable judgment against you if they serve you personally? Not if they do it improperly. If you're not subject to the jurisdiction of that court, you're not in that area, or they served it improperly, has no effect on you. And the second thing is to make you show up somewhere and give information or bring documents. So anytime someone reaches out and says, hey, they dropped this off, I've got something here, I came home from work, it's on the doorstep and it's for you, and it's not someplace you live, and it's not somebody who is authorized legally to accept papers for you, you need to contact an attorney to deal with it before you do anything. If you are personally served with papers, does the court name match where you are? If it's from somewhere in California and you're in Texas, pretty far away. There are rules where a court can reach beyond their boundaries. So in that case, read the papers. They should say how they have the right to get long-arm jurisdiction over you. They should say in the papers why they're sending these papers so far away. But other than that, anything that you receive from a court should be from a court near you. They have jurisdiction over you. And it's not just papers that have to be handed to you in person if it's right there in your area. Could be given to someone who you live with who is of legal age. Could be posted to the door. Could be mailed to you. Could be sent by FedEx in federal court cases and in some state court cases. So how you receive the papers, where the papers are coming from, and what the papers are asking you to do are three important things to check out. And if you have a question about any of those, contact an attorney who should be able to look at it very quickly and advise you. Sometimes they'll say, do nothing. Sometimes they'll say, if you do nothing, this could happen, and since they are in another area, if they want to come after you later to collect money, they will have to file again, serve you again, and you can dispute it at that point. So in that situation, do nothing now, but if something further happens, be prepared to address it later, and they should give you a time frame as to when you have the ability to address it later, and then you decide which way you want to go. And then the final one is to file something right away, either to acknowledge, yes, just there's no reason to fight it, it'll just cost extra money to wrangle here at the beginning. Let's address the main underlying issue that they're raising and just address the meat of the issue. Or in some situations, if the service was faulty or defective, the attorney can file what is a special appearance and go to the court to undo that supposed service on you. But they have to do it in a special way, because if they don't do it in a special way, anything they file is just like you showing up in court and saying, okay, I'm here, let's go. Now this can be kind of complicated, so if there are any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give me a like if this was helpful. If it would help somebody else, share it with them. And please subscribe to see the other videos. Check the playlists for any similar questions that you might have on this topic. And come back and see me next time. Thanks for watching.